Welcome to this week's episode of Why Stop Now. Today I'm here talking to Izzy Yama. We're going to talk about the triumph that she's recently come of making nationals. We're so excited to hear all about it. So, you didn't have a traditional upcoming in rodeo like a lot of kids did. I know that you went to jackpots and you barrel raced for your whole life, but I mean, rodeo, that's kind of a different game. Would you tell me how you got started?
Absolutely. So my freshman year of high school, I was on a pretty tough little horse. He got hurt the week before state finals, and I didn't get to go. And we kind of found out it was like a career-ending injury. Like he was going to be a 5D jackpot horse, and that was it for me. So we actually found a little horse for $1,700 that had been run on the track, and we went and bought him. His name's Wilbur, but that was what I had. I futurited him for his first year, and started out strong and it went downhill pretty fast. Till my senior year, so 3.5 years, I was kind of on like an up and down journey. I cried a lot, bled a lot, but I learned a lot. I actually, in like the spring of my senior year, I decided I probably was done. I was just gonna sell them. I was over all of it, and I opened a letter in the mail from Brandon. So it kind of changed my plan. I switched Wilbur directions and started high school rodeoing. I didn't even qualify for state my senior year. I was always a few places out, and it was pretty discouraging, but I was excited to see what happened.
So that's so awesome to me, like to think that that really was God's plan for you to say, hey, you're ready to sell this horse, but I'm not ready for you to sell it. The coach at the CMU rodeo team sent you a letter saying, hey, we want you on your team. So you figured, I better get it into gear and I better do this.
Yep.
So you started high school rodeoing on him. You didn't quite make state, but did you like that rodeo sense? Did you like going to rodeos or did you prefer jackpots?
Rodeoing in Utah is no joke. It was tough. It was competitive, but I enjoyed being there with all the girls, and it was fun to run against the tough girls in the state. So I guess yeah, I liked it, and I was excited to go to the next level.
So let's talk about that next level. Your high school rodeoing, you come to college, it's a whole nother game, and it's a lot different. So tell me a little bit about last year.
Moved to Grand Junction. I ran at a couple barrel races down here before our season started, and I was running tough. I was excited. I was riding good, and the week of our first rodeo, my horse pulled a shoe, and I called a farrier, and we kind of called around to try and find a good one. And my farrier at home called, and he said, "This is what you do with him. Do the same thing. Don't try and change it." And the farrier ended up trying to like do some corrective shoeing, and he blew abscesses in 3 feet. He was dog lame, and I lost my whole fall season on Wilbur.
Tell me a little bit about your spring season. So you had all that trouble with him, you missed your whole fall season. Did you get him back in the spring?
I did have him all spring, and me and Jake got in the truck, and I told him we were going to Salina, which is like my hometown, and I said I think I could maybe make the short go this weekend. And I, just like hoping and praying. I thought I was riding good enough, and I actually ended up placing second in Salina, and it put some wind under my sails, and I had a pretty tough spring season. I won Ogden, and we had 2 rodeos left after that, and I wasn't riding as tough. I got sloppy, and I hit barrels at the last 2, which actually resulted in me missing the nationals by 60 points.
How did that affect you mentally? Was it hard?
It was easily one of the hardest things that I had been through, but I feel like the 4 years I had before that were hard. I would have lots of like moments where I was up in the as high as I could be, and just as fast I turned around and it hit pretty low. I feel like I had experienced it before, but it was just on a different level. It was hard. It was really hard.
So did you lose any hope coming into this year? Did it make you not want to rodeo your sophomore year, or were you still pretty set on making it back and having a comeback story?
Like lifted my sails even more. I was ready to come back and kind of have some revenge, ready to like do it. Yeah, I think it was probably my biggest motivator coming back this year to just make it.
So let's dive into the fall. Tell me about your fall rodeos.
I think in the fall I made 4 of 5 short goes. He ran really tough. I was riding really tough. I was sharp. I won Logan, Utah, third rodeo of the year, and I think I placed at the first two.
So, your fall season, I think you ended up fourth going into the spring season. So, we had a little winter break and then spring season started. Do you want to tell me about that?
My spring season was all right. I had a few bad runs in the spring, but I was lucky to hang in there.
So, here shortly, you and I and Justice and McKenna are headed as the CMU ladies team to nationals in Casper, Wyoming. I mean, I'm so excited. I hope you're excited too. Do you have a game plan going in to make 4 runs? What's your thoughts? What are you going to do?
So my biggest thing on my horse is that I need to just make clean runs. That's his only issue. I'm excited to get home and have my mom yell at me a little bit, um, just so I'm riding sharp again. Through the season, I noticed that I start to want to just win and ride fast, and I start to ride incorrect. And unfortunately, my horse does everything that I tell him to do. So it will be good to just slow things down and fix it all going into it.
Well, thank you so much, Izzy, for talking to me today. It's been such an honor to have you, and I'm really looking forward to hearing how everything goes for you at nationals. Really looking forward to being there and experiencing it all with you. I've really enjoyed getting to talk to you today. Is there anything else that you want to add?
I don't think so. Just thank you for wanting to do this, and thank you for being my competition and my best friend this year.
Thank you again, Izzy, so much for coming on. I've really enjoyed talking to you, and I can't wait to see what this next season has in store for you.
Thank you.